Hi, my name is Jasmine Rush, and I received the JDBF Foundation Scholarship in 2017. So the first question is, what am I doing now career-wise, and how has the education that I've received informed my choice career path? Right now, I'm going into my fourth year at DePaul University in Chicago, and my major is acting. So the bulk of my acting education has been theater, specifically experimental and devised theater. And what I've always known that I wanted to do was have my own theater company that amplified Black voices, produced, directed, written, performed by Black people. But what I know now is that I want to do that, but I want those stories to also be told in an abstract way. I want them to be told in an experimental fashion. And when I say that, I want to include the fact that when people see abstract art, they rarely include Black artists in that conversation. Or when they do, they think visual artists as far as painting or drawing goes. But the reality is, artists, whether we use our bodies as dancers or use our bodies as movers who act, or use our sound, our graphic design, we all still have a voice in that conversation. And I think also because a lot of my work I like to think of as radical, and radical means fundamental, right? How are you changing what's at the root? In order for that to happen, we have to use abstract thinking, and we have to use abstract methods to be able to envision the future that we want. And so I want to have a company that uses that abstract thinking, those abstract visions, to be able to give people the vision for Black America, for not just Black America, but for the world, in relation to Black people, that all of us wish to see. And also using our abstract art to be able to give constructive critiques to what's also going on right now. And that's what I wanted to do. I hope that was clear. The second question is, how has my work as an activist impacted my local community? Although I'm in Chicago, I spent a bulk of the pandemic, I guess we are still in the middle of it. I spent the bulk of quarantine at the beginning in Connecticut. And so when George Floyd's death prompted the protests, I joined a group called Black America Undivided, started by some of my friends who are from Windsor, Hartford, and just Connecticut. And we started that group, and we held the largest rally that Connecticut had seen for protests. And I think that what we did, our biggest impact, was getting people involved in the conversation. I think that it is very easy for people to spread awareness without getting people involved. And I think that we've done a really great job of getting people's hands into the mix and getting people's pens on paper to start engaging in dialogue with their local legislators. And I also think that one of our biggest impacts was having our meeting with Mayor Luke Bronin of Hartford. And as we continue to have those meetings, I also want to make it clear, since I'm in Chicago, I'm not able to have as big of a role with BAU as I was before. But as they have continued to have those meetings with legislators, legislators know that nobody's backing down from them. Our local government knows that we are not backing down, and we are not afraid to engage in dialogue and to let them know exactly what we want, and to let them know that we're not going anywhere. I think that has been our greatest impact, and in turn, some of my own greatest impact. What does it mean to be Black in America? To be Black in America means, to be Black in America is to be resilient. Through the good, the bad, the ugly, it means to be resilient. What are my thoughts about the unrest in the country at the moment regarding Black Lives Matter? I think it's great. I think it's amazing. I think we got to keep going. And I don't think that we can ever slow down. We have the momentum, so we just got to keep on with it. We just have to keep on with it. How do I idealize the future of America for Black people? We hold a lot of power, Black people, in this country. Whether we use that power or not, we hold a lot of it. And I know that the future that I see for Black people is a future in which we tear down the foundation of this country. Simply, where we use our power for our greater good and for the greater good of all marginalized people, but that we ensure that the structures that this country has built itself on are gone so that we can rebuild it ourselves. I hope that's clear. If it's not, please reach out to me. But yes,